one level down and work with the interfaces that will make up the functionality here. And I do not want to inline the whole implementation inside the plugin. I want interfaces that I can test independently. So that means we have to break up the work to do here. And the first thing I'm going to work with is the rendering. So we need to render an OL with a class name that has some li elements and so on. So I'll call that a list renderer, and I'll create a new test file. So this is the list renderer test. And what's the first test for the list renderer? Well, I'm going to need it to create a list element, like the root element. So I'll say it should create a root element. Okay, so I'm just making things up here. This doesn't exist yet. I'm just trying to figure out how it would look if it did exist. And if you look at the other test here, I wanted actually to put the list inside the form up here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to have the renderer take a root element. So I'll say document create element form, and I'll pass it in like this. And then when I say render, okay, the render function needs to take an array because that's what's coming back from my server according to my functional tests. So we have to look at the interfaces that I already defined and try to follow up on them. So I will get an array of strings, so I'll pipe that into this render function like so. And then I expect the root